Hello, so welcome to Chester Zoo and another Facebook Live virtual day. So we're here at the tiger enclosure. I'm Kim, one of the carnivore keepers, and we're going to see whether we can spot one of our tigers. So we do have two tigers in Chester Zoo. We have Karana and we have Kasana. So today we will be feeding Karana here. So I've set up what we like to call a swing ball post. So basically I've put a little bit of beef onto the swing ball for her to eat. She'll probably just be looking around the other side of the enclosure now, so we have just let her out. So hopefully any second we will see her. Here she comes down now. So I'm hoping what will happen is that she will continue to eat on this, that not all of the meat will come off at once, as has just happened. She may just walk away and chew on that somewhere out of sight. Tigers, they are very elusive characters, so in the wild they would like to stay hidden in the forest or bamboo areas that they might have. So it does look like she's just having a little wander off. She knows that there's still some food there left. So you might be able to still see her if you just come around that corner. She's just going up onto the platform there. She doesn't want to miss out on any of her food, so she will be staying quite close by the looks of it, which is nice, so she'll hopefully still be in view for you. If you come round with me this way, we might be able to get a better view of her as we walk through the public area. So we have quite a few different viewpoints for our tiger exhibit here at Chester. We've got 4 different places where you can see them, which is really lovely to be able to see them at any point. They are, as I say, elusive. They do have lots of trees and bamboo and things on their paddock, which does mean that sometimes if you do come to visit they may be hiding, but you do need to keep your eyes peeled when you come. So as I said, Karana is one of 2 tigers here at Chester. She's our oldest tiger, she's mum. She's 14 years old now and she'll be 15 in May. This is quite old for a tiger really. They tend to live to about 15 to 20 years. So she has reached her retirement age and she's living out her retirement here at Chester. And Kasana, who is our daughter of Karana, she's 6 years old. She was just 6 in January. Unfortunately you won't be able to see her today, but it's such a great chance to be able to see Karana and mum having her dinner. So you can see that she's moving the food round to the back of her jaw. They've got these great carnassial teeth that will be able to slice through that meat so that she'll have a really good chew on that. I think she might have eaten something a little bit too quickly. They eat a variety of different things here at Chester. We feed them today. She's got some beef, so she's got shoulder. We also feed them things like chicken and rabbit, they are true carnivores, so we don't give them anything other than meat. And this is what they'd eat mainly in the wild, things like deer and antelope, sometimes even monkeys. They do live in Sumatra. They're the only tiger that lives in Sumatra. These are Sumatran tigers. So their prey options vary quite a lot. So they are very opportunistic feeders and try and eat whatever they can grab, really. So they face many different threats in the wild. They face problems such as poaching. So a lot of people like to get fur. They also like to use their bones for tiger bone wine, which can be for medicinal purposes. We are just moving around speedily so that we might catch another glimpse of her at the swing wall. Another huge threat for them is habitat loss. So a lot of their land that they live in, they inhabit usually quite forested land. They can also live in grasslands and swampland, mangrove swamps, but mainly it is forest. And a lot of these forests are being cut down to make a space for oil palm trees, which gives us palm oil, which can go into so many different products that we buy in our average supermarket. So it's really unfortunate that these tigers have this threat. And another huge threat for them is human-wildlife conflict. So because they live in forested areas, a lot of the people in places like Sumatra and Nepal, different places, they use forest for their livelihoods. So they do come into contact with tigers. Unfortunately, this means that sometimes humans can get attacked, but also it means that tigers are killed in retaliation. So Chester Zoo actually funded a project and help communities there to find alternative ways to make a living, so they don't need to go into the forest. And they also teach people ways to avoid tiger attacks. So this work is being done in Nepal, ready for communities really to take on this new cultural change. So tigers, when they hunt, they are ambush predators. They usually will stalk their prey. They can run up to speeds of about 40 miles per hour, but their main kind of way of hunting is by stalking them and then ambushing their prey. They do really impressively have these huge canine teeth that actually have sensory nerves at the end of them, so they can tell exactly where the jugular vein is on their prey item, so they can get exactly the right point to kill their prey. So Sumatran tigers, they are critically endangered from the IUCN Red List. There's only actually 3 out of 9 species that are extinct, so 6 of them are only remaining. Sumatran tigers are obviously one of these, but they're obviously only able to live on the island of Sumatra. So it does mean that there are fewer than 400, maybe even about 200 individuals left in the wild. So it's really important that we keep these species in captivity as insurance populations, just in case things get worse. And the trend is that it is declining, so it is a really sad story for these tigers. She's just having a look whether there's anything left over that she can find. You can see all of her lovely black stripes against her orange. Sumatran tigers have that darker orange coloration, but their stripes are also closer together than any other tiger species. And each tiger has unique stripes, so we can really tell what individual is what when we need to identify them. Another really great thing that you might be able to spot if she turns around is that she's got these white spots on the back of her ears, and these act as false eyes, so she does look alert whether you're looking at her from the front or from behind. So obviously at the moment we are closed to the public. It's such a shame that you can't all be here and watch this in person. But there are so many different ways that you can help support Chester Zoo and all that we do for the animals here, but also for animals in other parts of the world. You can have a look at the website. There are ways to donate. You can adopt an animal, you can become a member, and there's also an online shop that you can have a look at and see whether there's anything you want to buy for friends or family. These are all really great ways that you can help to support us at this time. Obviously we are very dependent on visitors, so anything that you can do to help would be really greatly appreciated. Just going to come through another bit of the public area just to see whether we can spot her. She does like to spend a lot of her time inside at the moment. As I say, she is quite an old tiger, and she does have her favourite things, which is mostly sleep at the moment and rest. So once she's finished her big feed, usually she will have a bit of a kip. Really showing off for you today. Another really cool thing about these tigers is that they've got webbed toes, so they're really brilliant swimmers. We do have a pool here as well for our tigers. They don't often use it, but they do like to sometimes in the summer when it's particularly hot. So again, we're just moving around to our fourth viewing point. You're getting all of the viewing areas today. It's nice to be able to see the whole habitat that they have here at Chester. This is where you have to play Spot the Tiger, because she's going to be probably hiding in some bamboo. So I think Karan is probably just heading to bed now, so I think we'll call that an end to the dinner as well. So it's been really great to have you here with us and share this time with Karana and with our tigers. So just a heads up that there will be another virtual Facebook day at 1 p.m. with our aquarium team. So please tune in for that. It would be really great to see you there as well. Thank you.